Hello everyone, my name is Kofi Bisa and I am the ADAP Liaison for Dallas County. Today I'll be talking to you about some updates from THMP, primarily regarding ADAP, the application, the process moving forward, and I'll also be discussing the spend down, what it is, and what are the updates with that at the moment. At this time, the new application for THMP ADAP program has not been finalized yet. We are still directing anyone submitting applications, primarily our AEWs, to continue to use the emergency application online. Documentation support will be required as of March 1st, meaning any application submitted from March 1st moving forward will require documentation. This includes recertifications as well as self-attestations. These will all require document support, primarily income and proof of residency. If we do receive applications for birth months in either March or September without document support, those applications will be pended until document support is provided with those applications. This does also apply to applications that were submitted in early February as well. Again, we are waiting on approval for the new application. As soon as that application is approved and finalized, it will be communicated to the respective parties about when it will be available online. So please continue to look out for that information regarding that. Self-attestation and recertification documents due for March 31st will need document support. This will include income documentation and proof of residency documentation. We are requiring self-attestations to include documentation for at least 6 months. Previously, if there was no change in the self-attestation at the client's 6 months, then the client did not need to provide documentation. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic last year, THMP was unable to collect a lot of documents. So at this time, for at least the next 6 months, with self-attestations, clients will indeed need to provide income documentation as well as proof of residency documentation. Moving forward, I will now talk about the spend down and what that was. Previously, you may have heard about talks about the spend down maybe around November and December of 2020. At that time, there were talks of a spend down occurring that would affect clients primarily with ADAP. The ADAP spend down was supposed to go into effect on December 1st of 2020. Followed suit, there was an expected spend down as well for the SPAP as well as the TAP programs. Those spend down end dates were, for those two respective programs, was May 1st, 2021. You may be asking, what is the spend down? After processing an application and finding a client was above the 200% FPL for their household, THMP had a spend down formula that calculated the THMP cost of the prescribed medication for the client. Why is the spend down ending? After a site visit from HRSA in 2019, it was determined that THMP would no longer be able to use that formula due to issues regarding equity. THMP was told that they would need to suspend that formula calculation being applied to applications. At the moment, THMP also is in a budget deficit. So we just want to communicate that to just let all parties aware that there is a deficit currently within THMP. There have been some cost containment measures and different workarounds, but that is a focus for them that they are continuing to work on at this time. So now, moving forward, the spend down has now actually been delayed. So what does that mean for clients? So what that means for clients is that clients that were potentially at risk falling off of the ADAP program, TAP, and SPAP now have an opportunity to still remain on that program at least until June 30th. So again, for ADAP, it will be at least through June 30th, a temporary delay in the spend down. So the spend down will continue to be applied to applications moving forward until at least June 30th. What will happen then will be communicated by THMP appropriately when it is time. There are some alternative methods that clients can take advantage of in the time between now and June 30th to avoid any spend down effects. Some of those include enrollment in the ACA, also known as Obamacare. That did open up on February 15th, and that is open from February 15th until May 15th. that does allow clients a 3-month window to potentially get any kind of coverage that they may need. Subrecipients funded for LPAP may be able to help assist clients as well. Additionally, there are some cost-sharing options such as TIAP and COBRA that can help with the co-assistance option with insurance. Patient assistance programs through companies such as Gilead and HarborPath also exist, and these programs serve to help clients with their medication costs. So just a quick overview of everything that was discussed and the main takeaways from this video. The ADAP application has not been finalized at this time. We are still advising AEWs to continue to use the emergency application that is posted online. The only difference now is, as of March 1st, any application submitted, whether it's a recertification, a self-attestation, or a new application, will require supporting documentation. That documentation primarily would consist of proof of income as well as proof of residency. When the ADAP application is finalized, it will be ready to go online. At this time, there is no date, but that information will be communicated accordingly, so please continue to look out for that information. In terms of the spend down, the spend down at this time has been delayed until June 30th of 2021. This still gives clients time to find other alternatives for coverage in case they are affected by the spend down. Due to the delay of the spend down, essentially at this time, THMP with applications will continue to apply the spend down formula to clients. I hope this video gave you a little bit of insight and some help into understanding what is going on with THMP as well as the spend down and ADAP. Thank you for your time.